Googles.
All right.
What?
Okay, are we ready?
I don't know.
Yep.
Are you?
I'm always ready.
Fucking A, you're
I
not.
I rock because I have this intro.
Well, this is totally not Danzig, and you're listening to the Shred Shack.
With the fade in. Way to go.
Greetings, folks. I'm Dan Mack,
And this is Chris Mack.
And I'm Pete.
welcoming you to episode 83 of the Shred Shack podcast. Chris, read the rest because I didn't pull up the script.
Your premier source of news and uninformed yet heavily biased opinions pertaining to all things heavy metal, airing weekly on iTunes, Mixcloud, and Google Play,
For now.
as well on YouTube at youtube.com/The Shred Shack and youtube.com/Adamans Templum.
You can read the next line too.
Okay. And today we are not alone here in the studio. I mean, my living room.
Does it say clip?
Yes, clip.
Spot for clip.
Here comes a new challenger!
That's how I do it when I do
God.
the album reviews too. Clip. Put this here, asshole. So we are joined by a fourth person who was actually here for our lost 82nd episode, but because of things that the house was burning down and dogs were all over the place and it was kind of a clusterfuck. But she's here now, so say hi.
Hi.
Who are you?
Oh, you just said hi. I'm Lindsay Mack, Dan's wife.
Yes, that is my wife.
You poor woman. You poor woman.
Lindsay actually does some behind-the-scenes stuff for us as far as preparing some of the S5 scripts and getting the information that I need to cover new bands. Now, we also forgot to do this when we did the 82nd episode, but usually when we have somebody come on the show who is not a normal part of the show or becoming such, we ask them to give their history of heavy metal. So, Lindsay, how did you get into heavy metal?
Oh, right. How far back was I going?
You
Didn't matter.
said something about.
Oh, okay.
Christina.
So, technically my dad was always a rock guy in general. So,
Story
brought
sounds
up.
like ours.
Yes. Well, big deadhead. I don't think your dad was a big deadhead, but.
I think it was his first concert.
Oh, okay. Well, my dad followed them around. I don't know. So grew up mostly on rock stuff. My sister liked to buy the stuff that was, popular at the time. So I would steal her CDs, and that's how I got Metallica and stuff. And then when I was in high school, I used to spend a lot of time online, and they used to have those the dorky shrines for like different anime stuff, and on a Dragon Ball Z website, they had a tune in the background I thought was cool, and I somehow figured out how to find out what the song was, and it was My Lost Lenore by Tristania, and that was my first super metal band, and then I started looking for other female-fronted metal bands from there, and that was
Wow.
I think
Dan helped a lot.
When we first met, that was like one of your big obsessions as far as metal goes, is Tristania, and also I remember Iced Earth being a big deal for you.
Oh, well, I liked Horror Show.
Yeah.
Was the only
Well,
one
I mean,
knew.
there's no shame there.
Yeah.
Definitely no shame there. I think that was the album that got me into
Well-
Iced Earth as well. So
Well, the ex was a big metal guy, but he was into other metal. I like your metal better. I like your metal better, Dan.
It's the new slogan for this show. I feel like.
our metal is better than yours.
Yeah.
We're
The
gonna
Shred Shack.
we're gonna change the back of those T-shirts. I like your metal better.
Wow.
Yay!
So there you have it, folks. I'm the best. Anything else to contribute to that little story?
No, that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
You know who Bruce Dickinson is, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
How would I not?
Thank you.
You passed the test.
Well, the reason I bring this up, and it's been a joke for like the last I don't know,
Over a decade, because
a
yes.
long time ago. We went to see Ozfest, and Iron Man was on Ozfest. It was with his ex-girlfriend, and she's like, "Who's that guy singing for Iron Maiden?"
No. That was what ended up happening was Dickinson was coming out with his re-releases for his other albums, and I think someone had, since this was still back in the Tower days, I think someone had brought up the CD to her, and like made mention of it, and she asked who it was.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the person looked at him, looked at her like, "Do you know who you're dating right now?" And I think the whole joke with seeing them at Ozfest was.
Oh, it was like when they came out, like, who's that guy?
Yeah, it was a continuation, like, hey, who's that guy at the front of the? I don't know who that guy is. Who's
What's
that guy?
his name? You remember his name?
Man, the name is on the tip of my tongue. Damn, can't think of it. So that's
was
where
good.
that's
was
where
good
that
times.
came from.
That was good times.
But anyway, let's move right along to old business.
Old business is old business, and new business is new business.
Business.
All right, so we haven't talked about this one in a long time. But according to the Hollywood Reporter, that lawsuit brought against Avenged Sevenfold by his former label, Warner Brothers Records, could set a new legal precedent if it actually goes to trial in December. Warner Brothers sued Avenged Sevenfold in late 2015 after the band left the label by citing the California Labor Code's 7-year rule. The rule allows for parties to exit contracts after 7 years if certain unfavorable conditions exist. Nearly every, if not all, similar cases in California have been settled out of court before trial. But a provision in the rule allows labels to collect money that would have been made on undelivered albums. Warner Brothers is seeking damages based on the fact that Avenged Sevenfold had one album left on its contract, while the band has argued that extensive turnover in the label's staff led to an unsatisfactory working relationship. If it loses, Avenged Sevenfold could face a verdict between $5 million and $10 million. Warner Brothers is also being allowed to seek its attorney fees, already mounting to more than $1.5 million.
It's okay. They still got a ton of money from the stage, right?
Everybody do the flop.
Ouch.
As a matter of fact, the article that I got this from later on mentioned that, yeah, that didn't happen. They mentioned that the lack of commercial success from the surprise release kind of backfired on Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, yeah.
Some fears.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. So
Well, we failed. Don't look, honey.
I like Avenged Sevenfold, but that was bad idea on
Dumb.
all fronts. I mean, I'm sure the whole reasoning of it was because of this whole Warner thing, but dude, like, you failed.
You dumb.
You
You dumb as hell.
not a good plan.
It would suck if they lose, though.
Well, yeah, but
Like,
I mean-
record companies don't have enough power at the moment.
We actually mentioned Warner Brothers later on, too.
uh-oh. Is it a
Like,
good
Warner
way?
Brothers
Well, we'll
doesn't
see.
have enough.
Is it like a good Animaniacs kind of way?
No, sorry.
Oh, that sucks. I don't care. Speaking,
But that is...
let's go on to new business then.
And this is new business, and we do not discuss new business until next quarter.
And with new business, we start off by talking about. What the fuck was that?
That's what he
Oh.
does. He goes through his check.
Yeah.
He goes,
He cut it, though, so we don't have to go through that.
That's-
You know, you can talk shit about any of the things that we do, but don't give grief to clips.
No, I was
Adam's
just gonna
family.
say, Lindsay, please give commentary after every clip he plays.
Pete,
I'll try.
Pete, I'm gonna say to you what you likely said to A, the hurricane, and then B, all the people waiting around for guests on the lines, which is this.
Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror.
And what?
And
Just
there will
walk
be-
away, Pete. Just walk away. So with new releases, we talk about.
So with new business, we talk about new releases, you douche.
No, with new releases, we talk about new business. Okay. No, you said it better.
I know. You douche.
And we actually have a new release for the week.
I do. Of course, it's me. It's always me.
Oh my god.
I said, bitch.
Carry on.
All right, so the new release I have is actually not really a metal album at all. It's by the band Soften the Glare. I've mentioned these guys before. It's the jazz fusion band featuring the bassist from Mudvayne. And their new album came out this week. It was on Bandcamp streaming, and it is fucking incredible. You know me with the whole noodly shit. If you check out this album on Bandcamp, check out the 4th track, which is March of the Cephalopods. It is just amazing. It's so fucking good. No lyrics. It's all instrumental stuff, but it is fucking amazing. I highly recommend everybody check this fucking thing out. It's so good.
For you prog nerds.
All nerds.
All nerds.
Nerds.
Welcome, nerds.
Yes.
Does anybody else have a new release?
Well, technically, it would have been a new release had I showed up last week.
No,
We
Pete,
tried
please.
to wake you up. Call.
I know.
Yeah,
I
Pete,
saw.
please tell us where you were last week.
I was asleep.
He was tired.
Apparently, yeah. I looked at my phone and there was like a call from Dan, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's
Is
Sunday.
it morning? Is it night? Where did the day go?
Yeah, it's exactly how I felt actually.
What time of day was this again that we were recording?
This was noon.
Oh, it was noon. Okay.
I'm tired during the day.
Is this all he does the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can talk too, honey.
I've earned my reputation.
We're working on trying to get the whole show where Dan doesn't say a word. He just does clips, and we're getting there. Closer and closer every time.
I think we decided that episode 100 is going to be that episode, no matter what happens.
It'll just be clips.
It'd be a
of
clip
him
episode, just like
cackling in the
every
background.
episode.
Yeah, he's not allowed to talk. He's
Just him
Clips.
cackling.
There's me laughing in the background, and then just clips. But go on.
New release.
right. Dawn of Disease, Ascension Gate, a melodic death metal band out of Germany. I think this is that might be like their 7th album or something. But these guys, one of those bands that are just always consistent with the stuff they produce. The sound is very much akin to early In Flames, maybe a little bit more on the death side of things, but just great stuff. A lot of great melodic solos. Yeah, I can't really talk anymore. I already feel my voice starting to give out. So yeah, just go buy this album. It's good.
It's good
He's tired.
during the day.
No, I'll finish it for him. It's fine.
Stop pummeling me! It's really painful!
There you go, death metal. So what else have we been listening to this week? Pete, do you have anything before we let you rest?
That was it. Yeah.
Chris, what do you listen to this week?
iPod on shuffle. I went back and listened to Draconian for the first time in a while. They were like one of my top 3s way back when.
I remember editing that one a lot. So.
Was that the My Name Is Jeff one?
No, I don't even remember what else was in the video. I just remember like watching the video as I pulled it from YouTube to put into our top 3. So I heard it several times. So.
Okay. Anthrax Worship Music, because that was really fucking good. One of the Coheed and Cambria records I picked up with the gift card from Pete, and then I forgot what else I listened to this week. Totally did. I think Archer Nation was in there at one point. Yes.
Yeah, it should have been. Should have sat here on Thursday night if you weren't going to be at the show. Listen to the album.
Well,
which I'll get into. I'll get into about that one. I also listened to Archer Nation Colon the Week, which is still a fantastic record. Immortal Sin and Unbeheld, because I'm working on the reviews. Winter Calling, because I'm listening to the album even though I finished that review. And the new Blaze Bayley album, because I picked it up on Friday. It's another one of Blaze Bayley's albums that went completely under the radar to me. I realized that it came out in March, which I'm in the middle of preparing for March top 3, so convenient timing. But I listened to that album like probably 3 times, including on the way over here today. So it's really fucking good. Which I will fight anyone who says otherwise. Quick thing similar to that, I posted up the pictures of me with Blaze Bayley at the Flipside event, which I'll get into later, and one of our friends at the One Up Cup responded in a way that I wasn't sure what they were getting at first, because the way they worded it, they said basically that man has gotten far more shit than he deserves, which you can think means either he's gotten a lot of flack, more than he's ever deserved, or any good things he's ever gotten he didn't deserve. So when they said, yeah, we're basically saying that he's underrated, I was like, it's good, because we were going to have some words. We were going to fight.
I understood what they said the first time.
Well, I have to question that, because a lot of people will automatically be like, Blaze Bayley, fuck that guy. I'm like, no.
I mean, the guy's got some awesome mutton chops, that's for sure.
Yes, it's something to aspire to. For bald men like me. That is something to aspire to. Lindsay did not hear that.
I didn't. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
He wants
Nothing
mutton
about
chops.
Nothing about getting mutton chops.
Ew. You can grow a beard and tell people that if they look for them, there's mutton chops
What if
hidden in the beard.
What if I grow a beard solely on my upper lip?
Wait, what?
You
It's
do
it's
not.
It's another word for mustache.
You can't have a mustache. Your hair doesn't do it that way. Unless if your facial hair can do what Freddie Mercury's can, you can't have a mustache.
Willie hears ya. Willie don't care.
You can have you can have a mustache with hair also on the rest of your face. I really like beards.
As long as it's a mustache and a beard.
Beards
What-
are the best. I
what-
don't know why you fight it.
What if I do the like the Triple H like mustache thing without like the chins or just like this brawl thing?
You mean the Hatfield?
Yeah, that feels
The
too.
Cowardly
What
Lion?
if you just
Yeah.
have a beard?
What if you just start like shutting up?
You can grow it out
Happy
as
wife, happy life.
you can grow it out as much as you want to. I won't even mind.
But the airports will.
Oh, that's happened.
I know. That's why I said it.
All right, to both of you guys.
I said
So fun story. Back when he tried to spite me, and he was like, "I'm just gonna keep growing my beard out, and I'm not gonna stop." And to his surprise, I was really into it, and it wasn't until he finally had to shave it himself, and I was like, "No, what are you doing?" And he regretted his decisions.
My face is cold. Let's go on to general news.
All right. Artery Records has been purchased by Warner Brothers Records.
Artery?
Told you.
Arby's records.
Arby's. We have the meats.
Shoot, how much does Warner Brothers own now?
Everything.
That's
Everything.
not good.
In a statement issued to Alt Press, now former president Shane Dan Horan confirmed the news, which apparently saw the entire staff of the label let go.
Of course it does.
According to Horan himself, to address the rumors, yes, Artery has sold to Warner. I can't disclose too much about the deal, but building up this company to 1 million record sales in just 5 years is a tremendous accomplishment for the fans, our artists, and the team. I'm humbled and appreciate each and every band I've ever had the honor of developing at Artery Records. As we hand over the keys to Warner, I'm not quite sure their plans for the label or catalog, but I hope they keep the legacy alive. With new Slaves and Capture Records on the horizon, I'm sure the fans will be ecstatic. In the past, Artery Records has been home to the likes of Attila, Chelsea Grin, Kubla Khan, and various others. More recent output includes releases from Slaves, A Falsifer, She Must Burn, and Cold Black.
That man made a lot of money.
Who made a lot of money? That guy?
The guy that sold it.
Well, he's the
Yeah.
president. I don't know if he's the owner of the company.
Oh,
I was
then
gonna
he
say
might not have.
you hope that they do. Who knows if they actually did or not?
So that's why you sell, so that, you know, they buy it from you. You make a lot of money and go retire somewhere, and all your employees
Or you
get
can't,
laid off.
Or you can't keep the label up,
Oh, or that.
and you're bankrupt, and they give you like a stipend. Just
Is
to
that what
kinda go-
happened?
I don't know. There was no details.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
But
did.
that's usually what happens when somebody like Warner Brothers comes up and picks up an $80 billion label like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like his little quotes here didn't end with ... suckers. So I'm going to guess that this is not a necessarily happy ending. So
Like, peace out, bitches. I'm out.
fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah, I don't see him walking away from this situation and basically saying like,
The most rewarding part was when he gave me my money.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case here. So, oh, here's a fun one. Go read that one.
Ugh. Earlier this year, As I Lay Dying vocalist Tim Lambesis shared some vague posts via his and As I Lay Dying social media accounts that simply stated the word activity. Now, Rockfeed, citing a source they say is familiar with the situation, are reporting that Lambesis is planning to resurrect As I Lay Dying,
Oh my
ironically,
God.
dying, resurrection. Anyway,
Aren't they
with new
also-
members. Lambesis was released from prison on December 17, 2016, having originally been sentenced to 6 years in prison back in 2014.
Why?
Lambesis pled guilty to a charge of solicitation of another to commit murder, having attempted to hire an undercover cop posing as a hitman to murder his then wife, Megan Lambesis.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Was As I Lay Dying Christian or not? Like as a band?
I think they try. I think later on, like Tim kind of tried to dissociate himself as being a Christian band, like
'Cause
he's
of
a
the murder?
Christian in a metal band kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nonsense.
Yeah, the whole
And we
killing.
kill our wives.
Yeah.
No. He hires somebody else to kill his wife. He's still not a sinner. Duh.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
the
yes.
That's-
I also
that's
like
technically
the
not in the
other
commandments.
thing that happened when he was in prison was he tried to sue, I think it was the prison, because he developed man boobs because of his steroid use. He didn't have access to like the counter drugs to prevent man boobs from his steroid use. Yeah, yeah. This is salt of the earth, people. Salt of the earth.
Don't do steroids.
I don't have a clip for this. I just.
Dan's got nothing.
Well, that's a first.
I mean, if this
Nothing,
were a
just saying
vid,
like boobs or something. I feel like that'd be appropriate.
Right.
We're like moves.
That's all B is just boobs.
I'll just get the Fight Club Bob Head bitch tits thing. That's
Yes.
That's about
That's
it.
all- that's- yeah.
But the thing is, it's such an esoteric clip. I can only use it for this, so it only matters when he's in the news, which I hope is not very often.
Well, I think that the best thing I saw was on Metal Sucks is like, who in their right mind is going to be desperate enough to join this guy's band?
Yeah, I would stay in the back of the stage all the time because I don't want to go looking for a good place to pull a knife out of my back.
All right, well, that's it for general news.
So let's go on to some recording news.
All right, we're going to do,
Oh my God, there's so much recording news. I love it.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Because, touring news is a little light. But anyway, Killswitch Engage are writing new material for a new album that's going to be anticipated for a 2018 release.
Are you gonna call this one now?
Might as well. I mean, it's Killswitch Engage. Scour is teasing a new EP called Red to be released this fall.
Pete, are you gonna call this one now?
Who was that?
Scour.
That's the project.
Oh,
before.
Scour. You said Scholar. I was like, who the hell's Scholar?
No, we said Skrillex.
I'm a scholar.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Oh, well,
Sure.
Could you ask
I
him when
go-
he's not dying?
I go back and forth with Phil, that motherfucker. So I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
I go back and forth on that motherfucker.
You know what he's,
Today's a motherfucker.
Yeah. Sometimes he's just a good artist. Sometimes he's a bastard and
And a motherfucker.
a motherfucker.
Pete, you know what you sound like right now?
Who?
Oh, careful, honey. He has a knife. What? No, I don't.
She's like, what? No, what? You're Lance.
Am
That's
I-
what you are. You are Lance.
Am I that incoherent right now?
I think you're just a little bit of this.
You're
okay.
fine.
All right. Next up, Butcher Babies will release their third album, Lilith, in the fall via Century Media.
What are you laughing at?
Butcher baby.
You might like them. You might like them.
All right.
Why?
Two ladies at the front.
No, I might.
Yeah.
That's still really funny.
The Dark Element, the new musical project featuring former Nightwish vocalist Annette Olsen, that's her name, right? And a former member of Sonata Arctica, whose name I cannot pronounce.
You want to try?
No.
You sure?
His first name is Yanni. Let's just go with that. All right. And they will release its self-titled debut album on November 10th via Frontiers Music, of course.
Actually, no. That's a little surprising for that, depending on how it sounds.
Well, Doro Pesch's forthcoming album will contain a special anthem, featuring guest appearances by a number of metal musicians, including members of Amon Amarth, Creator, and Sabaton.
Wow. That's cool.
That's gonna be cool. I hope that with Sabaton, if it's Joachim singing, like he just comes in on a part where they just yell out like, "Here come the tanks!"
All right. Mastodon will release a new EP, so it's not a new full album.
Jesus.
all right? Featuring 4 previously unreleased tracks. Cold Dark Place. This is what I was talking about last week. I thought it was a new album. It's actually just an EP. Will be made available digitally and on CD on September 22nd via Reprise Records, followed by the release of a limited edition 10-inch vinyl picture disc on October 27th. 3 of the songs on Cold Dark Place, North Side Star, Blue Walsh, and Cold Dark Place, the title, were recorded during the sessions for Mastodon's 2014 album, Once More Around the Sun, and were produced by Nick... Wow, what's a name? Anyway, a 4th track, Toe to Toes, was recorded during the sessions for the band's most recent album, 2017's Emperor of Sand, and was produced by Brendan O'Brien. Something I can pronounce. There you go.
Luck of the Irish.
Regardless, it's going to be awesome.
You say that.
Huh?
You say that.
I say that. All right, Alyssa White Gluzes?
You are just.
Yeah. What's her last name?
I think it's Gloose.
Yeah.
Gluz? Well, the thing is that it's like loses because it's like, whatever.
Okay.
Her upcoming solo album will feature collaborations with a member of Camelot and at least one of her band members in Arch Enemy. The Arch Enemy frontwoman says the idea for a solo project came about as a suggestion from the band's former lead singer, Angelo Gasso, who has been managing Arch Enemy's career for almost a decade and also oversees Alyssa's personal affairs. So there you go.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
September 22nd, we'll see the release of a new vinyl pressing of Gojira's The Way of All Flesh and From Mars to Sirius via Listenable Records. I would hope they'd be listenable. Both are pressed on limited edition 180 gram double melted color vinyl. The Way of All Flesh will be available on blue and black, while From Mars to Sirius will arrive on beige and black.
Say that
Melted
10 times
color.
fast.
What's that?
Say that 10 times fast.
No. I'm trying to say it one time slow.
That was my birthday. That's why I went.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but you don't like Gojira, so.
I don't even know yet.
It's Gojira. They're awesome. Anyway, China Girl is the name of a new outfit featuring Pig Destroyer's John Jarvis on vocals, Derek Engelman from Cow Decapitation and Scour on bass, and Dennis Sanders, Spirit in the Room and Black Light Burns on vocals, guitar, and programming. The band have recorded a debut album and are in the process of mixing and mastering it. As a matter of fact, I think the album was streaming this week. It is. So, that's weird.
Really? Like,
Yeah.
they're mixing and mastering it, and like they're just going to post it up as they're doing it?
I guess so, because it's streaming now.
Okay.
It's right here. I didn't get the little chance to listen to it, but it's streaming.
The world's moving way too fast for men. Gotta slow this shit down.
All right. All right. Century Media Records will reissue the essential studio albums In Requiem, Faith Divides Us, Death Unites Us, and Tragic Idol by Paradise Lost as high-class vinyl editions in September. Furthermore, the band's 25th anniversary show recorded in London on November 3rd, 2013 at Abbey Road Live is going to be released on vinyl as a one-time only pressing. So here's what we got going on here. We got Tragic Idol, due out on September 8th in Gatefold Black, Gatefold Lilac, and Gatefold Clear. Faith Divides Us, Death Unites Us, due out also on September 8th, is Gatefold Black, Gatefold Silver, and Gatefold Dark Green. Live at the Roadhouse, due out September 15th, Gatefold Black, Gatefold Lilac, Gatefold Transparent Yellow, and Gatefold Golden. Oh, here's the best one. In Requiem, due out September 15th, Gatefold Transparent Petrol Green. And these are all limited copies.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
Gatefold Mother of Pearl.
Lavender.
Lilac is purple, right? It's just purple? Or
I think it is purple, yes.
Okay, good.
Pretty sure.
Just making sure of things.
Clutch will be putting out their 2002 live album Live at the Googleplex on picture disc vinyl on October 6th through their own Weathermaker Music label. That effort featured tracks recorded from a number of cities while touring on the Pure Rock Fury cycle.
This is a lot of fucking vinyl this week.
Yeah. More.
Like they were prepared for Pete's return.
You got one more. Revocation's 2009 sophomore album Existence is Futile will get its first vinyl release on October 6th through Metal Blade Records. The effort will be made available on a number of special colored vinyl pressings. Among the options are Amber Marble, Pastel Orange,
What?
Green Vinyl, 180 gram Black, Pale Golden, which sounds like piss to me, and Clear Orange.
I will say that golden tends to be the worst color for vinyl. I have a couple of gold vinyl records, of course I do. And yeah, never liked the way they look. I think the default color is like piss gold, pretty much. So
Someone's very dehydrated when they made that one.
What does it matter what color they are?
aesthetics.
Oh, alright. I've only ever seen black ones.
Yeah, no, like colored vinyl has become a significant thing in music lately.
In my life.
Yeah, that's why we don't do the podcast at his place anymore. It's just wall to wall colored vinyl. He's the one with the colored vinyl.
I was technically calling him the dork, but it's okay.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was gonna say. You call me dork often enough. I don't need that
I
shit
do.
right now.
Well, because because you are one, but
Because and, she lives with you, so I would hope she would know by now.
That's why I go hide. That's why I go hide in the office.
Which is technically a closet scene that your desk is in the closet.
Yeah, that's where I hide.
That's just ridiculous.
All right, so let's go on to the crowdfunding tracker, which I saw this one earlier because I don't read the script during the week, but I actually happened to look at it today, and yeah,
It's a bummer. Todd Honeycutt, bassist for technical black metalers In Full Darkness, killed himself this past Friday. He was only 30 years old. In Full Darkness, the guitarist Elijah Whitehead came home from work to find Honeycutt hanging in his garage. The band launched a GoFundMe to help cover funeral costs and to transplant his body from Nashville to his family home in South Carolina. Their goal is $10,000. So far, they have $4,158. So they're just under halfway there.
and this only opened up a few days ago.
A day ago,
Yeah,
because it happened Friday.
Yeah.
So the crowdfunding thing started on.
Didn't we mention
Saturday.
the band recently?
They just released a new album.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, but that sucks.
Yeah. So we'll be following that one for a little while.
Yep. Let's go on to concert news. Which, holy crap, we only have 2 bits of news.
3.
Oh, 3. Yes, 3.
All right. We'll just skip over festivals because there's no festival news.
Wow.
Touring news. # no San Antonio date. The Oblia Scaris. The Oblia Scaris. Fuckers. And
What's the
Alegion.
name?
They all play scares.
Thank you. Have announced a fall North American tour together. The tour will commence under a week after October 27th release of their new album, Earn. So, not coming here, but they will be in Austin. And this is # what year is it? Alien Ant Farm, Soil, and Local H will be out across the UK and Europe together in early 2018.
I think Soil's coming around here sometime.
Is that right?
Next year, which I would totally catch that. So, actually, that show, I wouldn't mind. Actually, get Local H out of there. They're fine after their Metallica show.
Oh yeah, that's the local band that won the Metallica contest,
They
right?
can locally suck my nuts. But Alien Ant Farm and Soil, I wouldn't mind seeing. So, again, Soil I've seen like 4 times, but it's been like 15 years now.
Yeah. All right, and one-offs here. Sixth have announced that they will be performing their 2006 sophomore album "Death of a Dead Day" in full live during their December 8th set at the Coco in London, England.
Are you laughing at the name of the
She's
album?
totally
Yes.
laughing at the name of the album.
okay. For the record, Pete's been laughing as much as me. He's
Well,
just more
I think he's
quiet
laughing
about it.
No, it's after you start laughing because I realize the absurdity of a name like Death of a Dead Day. Like,
Gee, you just gotta think about it.
I've been desensitized listening to this music my whole life.
It's those kids. This doesn't mean they grow up.
It
Those
creates
goth kids who are like.
it creates a void, so you have to fill it with like colored vinyl. Or
It's the
Exactly.
death of a dead day. What?
you are judging people so hard right now.
On the Lost episode of
What?
the Stretch Shack
They
podcast,
make money and
We-
get
we-
talked about.
we
It's
we
fine.
mentioned that Lindsay talking about those people growing up and whatnot made me think of the Saturday Night Live bit with Chris Kattan
Oh, yes.
in the goth TV show in his basement.
Yeah.
And his jock brother come down. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's the people that Lindsay are talking about.
I mean, to an extent, never mind.
Yes, it is us.
Ever heard Dan's email addresses?
What?
All right, let's move on to
Look at
heavy
all
metal
the
in the
dirt
show.
from Dan.
We got to balance it out. There's got to be more shade thrown my way. So we needed a third person because I got clips.
All right. Heavy metal on the charts now?
Yes, heavy metal
All
on
right.
the charts. Noteworthy points.
Foo Fighters, not metal, but who cares, have scored a number of new platinum records. The RIAA have just announced a wave of new United States sales certifications for the band, and here's what they earned. The band's 2011 album, Wasting Light, has gone platinum, last being certified gold on May 18th of 2011. Their single, Learn to Fly, has gone platinum, last having gone gold on June 12th of 2006. Their 2007 album, Echoes, Silence, Patience, and Grade,
Yeah.
Huh.
Grace.
yeah, I was going to say, I think that's a typo, has gone platinum, having previously hit gold status on December 13th, 2007. Their 2007 single, The Pretender, from the newly platinum album, Echo Silence, Patience and Grace, has gone double platinum, having previously been certified gold on February 13th, 2008. Everlong from 1997's The Color and the Shape has been certified double platinum as well, having hit gold status on March 31st, 2006. Best of You from 2005's In Your Honor has hit double platinum, last having gone platinum on April 24th, 2008. All of the above newly awarded certifications were given out on August 23rd, 2017. And just for purposes of people who have not listened to us before, a platinum album in the United States represents 1 million units sold, while gold signifies 500,000 units. The sales certification factor in digital streams into their awards with 10 permanent track downloads counting as 1 unit and 1,500 on-demand audio-video streams from the album also counting as a unit.
I was gonna say if it's only 100, whoa, dude, we be raking it in.
Here we go. Money talks.
Yeah, but but I feel that you see when they all last went platinum, it's like back in 2008. Like this is definitely a situation where the streaming policy has become much more beneficial to artists. So, 'cause the same thing with Linkin Park in the wake of Chester Bennington's death, just everything shot up.
And so did like bands like Disturbed and Five Finger Death Punch got platinum records and gold records because of it too. So
yeah, so I'm glad to see that it's benefiting someone I actually care about.
True.
Not that I don't care about Linkin Park. Anyway, let's go on to the Billboard Top 200, and I'm ready for this one.
All right, first one up is Steven Wilson, To the Bone. His new album debuts at number 58.
Who's Steven Wilson?
Steven Wilson is the lead singer of Porcupine Tree.
What?
Yeah. The lead singer of prog metal band Porcupine Tree has a solo album out debuting at number 58 on the Top 200.
I'm kind of ashamed of myself for not knowing that.
And it's balls. It's like, I was like, wow. Didn't even know it came out, number one. And it's like,
Oh, good balls. Okay.
yeah, good balls.
Yeah.
Good balls.
I was just-
Holy balls.
I thought you were saying like balls. This album sucks. I was
Holy
like,
balls.
I was like, dude, don't be saying that.
That's
now.
a
Yeah.
rare thing for Chris to not
Yeah.
like a prog
No,
album.
well, the thing is, it's Steve Wilson. He's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, Linkin Park, One More Light at number 66 from 46. Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory at 88 from 56. Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, probably because of the eclipse, at number 89 from 173. Thy Art Is Murder has a new album out debuting at number 95. The Black Album, of course, is at number 116 from 118. Linkin Park, Meteora at number 154 from 116. And the stupid shit on the charts for the week, The Best of Bonnie Tyler re-enters at number 180 just for the fucking eclipse. Seriously?
That's really dumb. But he's so cool. But that's so dumb.
Yes.
I would have very much preferred Holding Out for a Hero to have not only re-entered the charts, but have a permanent spot in the top 200. But unfortunately, I don't get my way.
But Eclipse. Total Eclipse. It's that one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but that counts for once in every X number of years. Holding Out for a Hero, we're all holding out for a hero. That didn't go over as well as I thought it was going to.
All right, we ready for the top 25?
I don't know, are you?
I don't know, are you? Because I think number one is going to make... You might as well just get like the sploosh sound ready for yourself here.
Okay, well, I'm going to get some angry noises ready first. I know what comes up first.
All right. Number 25, Papa Roach, Crooked Teeth.
Get the fuck out of here.
No clip required. Just get the fuck out of here.
How dare you? This isn't even your place. You know that, right?
You might want to save that for some other people.
Wait, what's the top 25?
Top 25 hard rock albums
Oh, okay.
on the Billboard charts here. Number 24 is Lifelines by I Prevail. 1X by 3 Days Grace is number 23. Number 22 is The Greatest Hits by Three Doors Down.
Still not sure what that is.
It's Kryptonite End.
Yeah.
21 is Greatest Hits by Motley Crue.
Okay.
Number 20 is Feed the Machine by Nickelback. Number 19, And Justice for All by Metallica.
I'm kind of upset that you grunted at Motley Crue but not Nickelback.
Number 18 is Aerosmith's Greatest Hits. 17 is Audio Slave, self-titled.
Nice.
Number 16 is Master of Puppets, Metallica. Number 15 is Immortalized by Disturbed. 14 is Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park. Number 13 is The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell, Volume 1 by Five Finger Death Punch.
It's going up.
It is actually going up, yes.
Yeah.
Number 12 is All the Right Reasons by Nickelback.
It's not going up.
Actually stays exactly where it was supposed to be. Well, not supposed to be, but exactly where it was.
Yeah, you choose those words
Oh my
wisely.
God, that was poor phrasing. All right. Number 11 is the Foo Fighters' Greatest Hits. Number 10 is Back in Black, or otherwise known as AC/DC's Greatest Hits. Number 9 is Hardwired to Self-Destruct by Metallica. Number 8 is Greatest Hits by Bon Jovi. Number 7, Meteora by Linkin Park. Number 6, Mothership by Led Zeppelin. Number 5, Metallica Black Album. 4, Guns N' Roses' Greatest Hits. 3, the new album by Thy Art Is Murder, Dear Desolation. Number 2, Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory. And the number 1 album is Queen, Greatest Hits.
Oh, my ovaries.
There it is. There it is.
That's
They're
right.
exploding.
Not sitting at number 2 or number 3 anymore. It's number 1.
Yep.
Queen owns your face. Oh wait, I think I have a clip for this.
For Queen specifically?
Yeah, just for excitement
Oh.
and things happening that are victorious.
Yes, 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 yes. I can win. I feel great. I can do this.
That's actually Chris in the gym. When he thinks no one's watching.
That's the worst thing about it is when I work out at the gym and I know the gym is empty, but there's a shit ton of cameras in there. I guarantee the owners are probably like, I wonder who was in the gym last night. Oh, it's that dancing fool. What is he doing?
There's a security footage of you doing laps around the gym like, yes!
No, there probably literally is. Like, there's no doubt in my mind. Like the Friday that we were supposed to have the hurricane here in San Antonio, I went to the gym because my last client canceled and the world was supposed to end. I was like, well, I might as well be somewhere where I want to be if the world's going to end.
Gotta be in good shape.
Right?
Which will
I'm going to be fucking
actually.
fighting the storm. Anyway,
Probably be a good
I'm the
idea.
only person there for like 3 hours. Like, we got there at like 6:30. I left at 9. There's not a soul there. I'm just sitting there like, yeah, this is the greatest day ever.
Yeah, because someone tried to walk in and you was like,
Bitch, I eat people.
That's usually the look on my face. That's usually the look on my face. Yes.
3 hours at the gym.
Yeah, really.
I took my
That was my
time.
takeaway too.
I
It's
took
like,
my time
The
because there was
fuck are
nobody
you
there.
doing?
I no.
She's like, whatever.
Let's sit. Give me some ice cream. I know.
okay. So now I'm all excited now for the Queen thing.
Can't stop us now.
You can't stop me now. All right, so
Well, the thing is, Daniel, since you got married, it's only us. Like, you know, it's only us.
I was talking about Queen as a, and you know, as a group, us now. But all right.
I said, bitch.
What'd you
But-
say?
But you didn't say it. The machine did.
Uh-uh.
Like, you can't even say it.
actually, I now have my theme for what if Lindsay tries to mess with me.
You're gonna get your name tattooed to yourself too, just in case you forget.
Yes, I do forget very often. Thank you. So this is normally where we have a commercial break, which we don't have a commercial.
When you say normally have a commercial break,
What?
we've never had a commercial break.
When
Ever.
have we ever had a commercial break?
Ever.
I wrote it in there. It must be normal.
No, you wrote it in there, and there's never, ever been a commercial break.
If anybody wants to provide a commercial for a commercial break,
This is the commercial for our
I was
commercial
gonna say,
break.
who's our sponsor? What's going on?
that's
Taco
right.
Cabana. If
Where's
you want
my
to put a commercial in our podcast?
I haven't received a check,
They
so
give us free tacos.
Monster Energy drink. If you want to put a commercial.
Ooh, Whataburger. Whataburger. And then I could get Whataburger all the time. You should do that.
Yeah, Dave, you should do that.
No, that's a great idea. I could totally do that. It's actually a very brilliant plan. However,
It all makes perfect sense if you're on a lot of cocaine.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so going past our normal commercial break, not for Taco Cabana or Monster Energy Drink or Steel Reserve or Whataburger. Thank you, one from everybody. Thank you. I'm going to go on to the I Saw a Show segment.
Everyone just kind of buckle in for
Yeah,
this
everyone
one.
buckle in. Pete, you can actually fall asleep now.
Pete, you might as well just go home.
Done.
This is the end of the podcast right here.
No.
He actually wants to listen
I'll
in.
listen to this.
He wants to know what he missed at the show over the weekend. So, which I wrote things down to make this a little bit easier on me. Shut up, fool. So I don't have to sit there and go
You're going to anyway.
I know I will. That's how I roll. Shut up.
I mean, come on. We've recorded videos together. It's
Now
terrible.
to begin. Okay, so thus far I've had a pretty stacked weekend, and it's actually going to be continuing after this because we're going to go see Black Sabbath. But my weekend started on Thursday.
Savage, go make me a sandwich. You got nothing?
Get those clips ready.
I got all the clips ready.
I'm going to just move the microphone away because I'm not supposed to be talking right now.
You didn't bring me a fucking sandwich, you
Yes!
God damn you! I need that sandwich!
Savage!
Now,
Oh my god, I want a BLT. Sorry.
this is what I put up with.
I could totally go for a burger right now.
You
Can we
should
get
have said-
burgers?
I just had a
Well,
burger.
while
I can
while
go
Dan
for-
talks, can we just go out and get some food?
Yeah.
We'll come back and are we still going?
I mean, it's possible.
No, because you just had a burger. Fuck you.
I did. It was good. But
take that.
BLT.
They do have BLTs there.
She was
So
like down the street.
anyway,
Like,
so
literally.
Thursday night, went to Fitzgerald's to catch Archer Nation, and Killstorm and Wall of Soul. There was a fourth band, Conviction was on the bill too. Now, first thing I want to say is that I'm an idiot, which is no surprise to you guys. I thought that we saw Archer Nation back in August of 2015. We saw them in March of 2016.
Yeah.
I don't know where that big gap of
I was
time
going to
came.
say, like, where the hell did that number come
I don't know, but actually, like the Archer Nation, the last Archer Nation show that we went to was the last time we did an I Saw a Show video.
Really?
Yes,
Huh.
we haven't done one of those videos since then. That was
Really?
that was the last time. Yeah,
Holy fuck.
yeah, because we started doing it on the show, on the podcast.
Oh,
So we don't
oh,
do the
hot shit.
So kind of a bit of full circle, a year and a half later. So first, I'm going to say that I came in a little bit late. I didn't get to see Conviction. I came in a little bit late, and Killstorm was setting up. And now I've talked about them a bunch of times in the past, so I'm not really going to get too much into this because I've talked about how great they are. But waiting for the show to start up, the band was pretty much already set up, and there was no sign of their singer, Rob Steele. So I talked to Ray, their drummer, and he was saying that Rob was running late. And it pretty much like after maybe 10 minutes after they were supposed to start, he still wasn't there, so they started without him. So they played instrumental for 3 songs. Now, I'm always cool with seeing bands in these kind of unusual circumstances, like when we saw Epica and we had Amanda Somerville sing for them instead of Simone.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And in the case of something like this, because of the fact that Killstorm doesn't have any recorded material yet, it was nice to be able to get an earful of how they sound musically. Because I have, you can't really just sit down at home with headset and really absorb it. So getting to see them play the songs gave me like a new appreciation for them musically, and they are really fucking good. They toe the line between power metal and thrash metal, which is no surprise, especially considering the fact that their bass player Steve is also in Beyond Black, which is a great thrash metal band from here in San Antonio. So after the third song, singer comes on stage and they play out the rest of the set. I think they had to cut it short by at least one song because they went on late. But aside from the one setback, great performance. Archer Nation. Now I was listening to Colin the Week earlier in the week. Words, like I had said, just kind of getting pumped to get ready for the show and everything. So I'm expecting to hear like Hurled Across, the title track, World Is One. I'm getting ready for all of these. Guess how many songs from the first album they played? I recognized one.
Oh, really?
Because, actually, sorry, they played one, which is The Day That Never Came. So none of those tracks that I had just mentioned. No covers. Last time we saw them, they played at least one Metallica cover.
No, they didn't. They
It was-
played Tornado Souls.
It was Megadeth, man.
Didn't they?
That was
No,
the other
they,
band.
They
Remember the
played Tornado Souls because Broken Soul
Right,
played
right.
Four Horsemen.
Yeah.
But yes, so they did that. But
Your
there's-
memory is balls.
I know,
dude.
right? But still, they didn't play any covers. It was pretty much all their stuff. And it's all new material. So stuff that they are
Ah.
preparing to release in the coming weeks. Or not coming weeks, coming months, sorry.
Here's a question, though. How many people were in the audience? Was it you?
No, thankfully, what we had mentioned at the last show back March 2016, that it was literally the three of us, Broken Soul, who was playing the show, and then the people working there, which was such a bummer because the band is fantastic. This time, much more populated, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
because actually, I sent you guys a message after Killstorm had finished, because everyone, I guess, had gone outside to smoke and whatnot. I was like, holy crap, don't tell me this place just cleared out for Archer Nation. I will fuck somebody up. But as they started setting up and their set was about to start, people came back in. I was like, good. I will glue you all to your seats. Hate you.
Because Dan just carries like super glue in his backpack.
I have
all
Gorilla
times.
Glue just sitting near all my stuff, so I mean,
Yeah.
no reason why
All the
not.
time.
That's right. So if I had any gripe about the show, it would have been the set list, but that's really minor compared to anything else, and I understand the reasoning for it. Because after they were done, I spoke to Dylan and David, the guitar player / singer and bass player, respectively. And they said that like, this tour is essentially just meant to test out that new material. You know, apparently, it's one thing to sit there, write, and record it. It's another thing to play it live and to perform, in an energetic way while playing it live. So it's basically this tour is for them to perfect things before they go on to a bigger tour nationwide. So obviously, I can understand that kind of mentality to it. That being said, the new songs sound absolutely fantastic. So if you're a fan of Calling the Week, you're going to be a fan of the new material. It sounded so good. Can't wait to hear it studio. Can't wait to see them live again. Hopefully they come around with another name act. It was nice to chat with them afterward. They did remember us. They asked us for new stickers because the old ones wore off. So we have to eventually get them some new stickers. And they signed my poster for the wall. So,
Cool.
But very cool guys and fantastic performance. Now, Wall of Soul was supposed to close out the show, and I left after Archer Nation, after I talked to the guys for a little while. Which I'm pretty sure, from what I understand, Wall of Soul may have been on the bill last time too. Like Broken Soul played, then Archer Nation, and then Wall of Soul might have closed out that night.
Really?
So
I don't remember that.
I thought I heard somebody mention that. If not, Wall of Soul's band has been on a lot of bills for shows that I've gone to, and for one reason or another, I have never caught them. Either I've come late, left early, or like I was gonna go to a show and then ended up not going to it for whatever reason. So I've missed my chance to see these guys probably 4 times at this point. So I made it my mission to see it 2 nights later, which was last night, on Saturday at Edgefest. And Edgefest was a cancer benefit at Fitzgerald's for Brian Keith of the Edge Online Rock Radio out of Kerrville. Now, Brian's one of those guys who kind of comes to a lot of the shows a lot. He shows a lot of love to local acts and everything. So the purpose of the show was to pitch in to help with medical expenses for his cancer diagnosis. So for the show on Saturday, I arrived a little bit late. I missed the very first band, I think, because I came in at a time where I thought the second band would be finishing up, and they were, I guess, just getting started or something, because I was not a fan of the band that was on, and as such, I will not name them. They're kind of a country rock mix, and that is far from my cup of tea, so I will give them credit where credit's due for their renditions of like Johnny Cash songs, Guns N' Roses, Bob Dylan. I think they did some originals and everything, but credit for their little tweakings of those songs. But I couldn't get into it, so I spent a good bit of time outside, kind of sitting around awkwardly for a while. Talked to some of the guys. Seance and Byfish were both playing that night, so so I was chatting up with those guys. I saw the members of Alpha Syndrome there. I didn't really get the chance to talk to them, so hopefully I'll get the chance to talk to them on the 23rd when they play with Seance. And also when I see them, I have to give them praise, because I think I mentioned this to you. I don't know if I think I mentioned it to Lindsay. I'm not sure who I spoke to about it. But the interview that we did with Alpha Syndrome, I'm pretty sure they put into a paid advertisement on Facebook, which explains why we had the boost that we had as far as our likes go. They did do a lot of sharing on their own, but I'm pretty sure that they made it a paid advertisement, so more people than just their fans and us saw it.
Cool.
So have to give them praise for that. Anyway, Wall of Soul came on afterward, and like I said, they're a name I've been meaning to catch for such a good long time, and I finally did. Greetings, folks. Dan Mack here. Actually recording this a few days after the actual podcast. I hadn't finished writing down my thoughts prior to recording the show, and the conversation in the actual episode of the podcast got derailed at this point, and I honestly didn't want to include it in the final product. So I'm actually recording this now as kind of an addendum. So Wall of Soul, they employ a more blues-oriented sound with lots of heavy grooves, like a really strong Led Zeppelin vibe with some more modern influences thrown in, which made it no surprise that they closed with a medley of Zeppelin's The Ocean and Immigrant Song. Their original material employs the aforementioned grooves in a way that is an homage to their influences, keeping the guitars distorted but not particularly heavy, a very fluid rhythm section, and strong, deeply toned vocals to tie it all together with an attitude and conviction that are demonstrative of the rough but fun quality of the music. Overall, the band could feel right at home playing with any number of bands of differing rock genres due to the versatility of what is considered the classic rock sound. Playing that evening after a more country rock band, but before 3 acts that one would classify as metal, Wall of Soul was still in their element. Even on the bill for the Archer Nation show days earlier, I would still say that they were in their element. Now, from what I understand, at least 1 or maybe 2 of the musicians on stage that night were temporary stand-ins for actual members of the band. And being unaware of the band's exploits prior to this point, this information really didn't affect me personally, as the stand-ins were able to match the energy of the rest of the band, so credit to them and to the band for keeping things together with a fraction of the main lineup. I planned on buying their CD when I came back from heading to the Blaze Bayley show, but by then it seemed the merch booth was gone, so next time. Yeah, I have no more to say about that then, so I'm going to go on to talking about the other show that I went to, because I left from there. Because prior to me deciding that I was actually going to go to that show, I had bought a ticket to go see Blaze Bayley, and Blaze Bayley is bucket list material for me. I don't even know when the last time he came to the States was. I don't know how often he comes to the United States, so I had to take this opportunity to go catch it. And also considering the fact that I hadn't been keeping up with his new stuff in a long time. So he was playing at the Rock Box, and I showed up as the previous band were finishing up Force of Rage. I have heard the name a bunch recently because I know that a handful of shows that bands like Cyrus and Bifest have been playing have had these guys. I only caught one song, but man, like, they had some energy. They're older guys, but they were moving like they were 20 years younger. So it's that definitely deserves more of attention for me. I don't know how often they're going to come here because they're from Austin, but I will have to be looking into that a little bit more. Not long after that, Blaze sets up. There isn't very much theatrics. There aren't very much theatrics for Blaze's show. A lot of that kind of storytelling is put into the music because of his albums. A lot of them are, thematic. So pretty much just simple stage setup. If anyone's ever been to the Rock Box, or just it's without anything on the stage, it seems very, very spacious. So with 4 guys on stage, they just had room to rock. And the thing that amazed me the most was the fact that, like, they turned the monitors, like, they put the monitors to the edge and then turned them, because they all stood at the very front of the stage. Like, all of them had their feet on the very edge. They stayed at the far front for the most part, like as close to the audience as they can get. I thought that was very cool. I don't know if I was standing next to the amplifier that specifically had Blaze's voice, or if they put him that loud through both, but he sounded perfect, like almost the entire time. His backing band is so incredibly talented. All 3 members just destroyed. Their drummer, I thought he was about to, like, start breaking through the heads. I was worried that he was actually going to get, like, one of the drumsticks caught in his beard because it was just moving so fast. His guitar player is phenomenal. Like, I've not seen a guy in a traditional metal band shred like that. This is, like, even if he were to ever leave Blaze Bayley's band, I think he would go on to some amazing things as well. Kind of like, I feel like Gus G. Gus G was in Dream Evil. Gus G has Firewind. He does his own shit now. He's all over the place. This is the kind of thing I could see for a guy like this. And then same thing goes with the bass player. You're playing a lot of Iron Maiden songs where everybody knows that Steve Harris's fingers are, it should be broken off by now. But this guy had great chops, and it was fantastic to see. So overall, band was great. Blaze sounded great. The set list was, as far as Blaze's own material goes, it leaned heavily toward the latest album, but it had a lot of staples as far as Maiden goes. So there was the Klansman, there's Future Real, Virus, Man on the Edge. One of the fun parts of the show was they did a Wolfsbane song, which is Blaze Bayley's first band, and it was also where they did the solos. And during the whole set, the guitar player is kind of jokingly trying to get into the middle of the stage in front of Blaze, and Blaze keeps pushing him back. And at one point, the bass player and the guitar player just grab him, throw him behind them, and they go into the front and just play solos for minutes. And that's how they lead in the guitar solo, and then they lead into the drum solo. So they kind of do it in a more fun way than just simply like, oh, here you go, there's a guy playing stuff. Like, no, they kind of have a little bit more fun with it. And they destroyed. So very glad I got to see it. It's everything I wanted it to be. Blaze Bayley deserves a lot more than he gets. So
He deserves a lot more shit.
no, he deserves a lot more praise. He deserves a lot more praise for his music, for his abilities, for even his time in Iron Maiden. Because not everything about X Factor and Virtual Eleven that sucks is his fault. In fact, I wouldn't even necessarily blame him for 95% of it. So yeah. And the day before that, I got to actually, get him to sign some of my stuff because they did a meet and greet event at Flipside Records, which I finally went to Flipside Records. Has anybody ever been to Flipside Records?
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I've never been.
I actually have to go back there because there was a Vol of Voodoo single on vinyl. Hi, Lindsay. I'm not spending $7 on a vinyl single.
Oh, 7? That's fine.
Okay, cool. Good. Yes. Sweet. Bye.
Confirmed.
Wait,
Yeah.
so it's just one song? No.
It's like 2.
For sad. All right, you do you, man.
I think that's where we're going to call it. I will probably put in a little thing after the fact to fill in my Wall of Soul part. But, Chris, what time is it?
Time for me to go to bed.
What? Food times?
Yeah, that too. Food and then bed.
Is it the food times?
I'm tired.
So,
All of a sudden.
Warrior needs food badly.
all right. So until next time, I'm Dan Mack.
I'm Chris Mack.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Lindsay Mack.
But I'm Lindsay.
Yeah, I think I have.
You didn't let me do it last time. Last time I had to wait until a special introduction.
because we were putting a lot of smoke in the house.
Well, there's that too.
That was.
That was today, too.
Yeah.
Guess what?
On your way out, if you want to kill somebody, it would help me a lot.